whose schedule sets up well here. So, for example, Green Bay, I'm looking at it, has to go on the road to play the Bucs in week 3, and then the Bills in week 8. But the Patriots at home, the only other playoff team from last year that they're going to face until week 10.
Yeah, I think the NFC East has got it out pretty easy. If you take a look at the Giants and the Eagles, respectively, I think especially the Giants. Look at their week 7 to 11 guys. They got your Jags, Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see Doug Peterson's Jags. Then you get the Russ Wilson-less Seattle Seahawks. Then you get a bye. Then the Texans. Then the Lions. Right in the middle of the season. And you have Brian Dabble. You had a solid draft. If this team doesn't go over their 8.5 win total on the DK Sportsbook, I'll be very surprised because the Giants have an easy schedule and they have a new regime now in New York. And I think that bodes well. Now, Daniel Jones has to do what he has to do. But I think that when you look at the Giants, they got it out pretty easy.
Pearce, whose schedule sets up easy? Yeah.
Let's go with the Jags. I know Ross Tucker thinks that the Jags having fewer home games is a bad thing, but This is Jacksonville. They don't have a home field advantage. It doesn't hurt them. It's probably good for these guys to get out of Jacksonville. Like every other human being, it's fine to get out of Jacksonville. You probably would play better. And we've seen that. I mean, what other team travels to Europe and all of a sudden is better? Yeah, getting out of Jacksonville, getting out of Florida sometimes, it's a good thing. Also, they don't have any cold weather games. That usually hurts these Florida teams. They have one against the Jets. Other than that, they're going to play in some decent environments. I'd also look at the Bears. After their bye week, 3 of their last 4 games are at home. Maybe Justin Fields has figured it out by then, and maybe they can sneak into the playoffs.
Well, you woke up today and chose violence, didn't you, young man?
He woke up day 1. Day 1 of birth, Pearce chose violence.
Dude, seriously, he came out of the womb with like a knife in his hand, ready to shank you.
At least I didn't come out of the womb in Jacksonville.
Oh my God, stop it. And you know what? Hey, fun fact. The hospital I was born in eventually became a police station, and then that eventually became a Publix. So really good stuff there. Hey, Geoff, whose schedule sets up well?
I mean, this segment brought to you by the city of Jacksonville. Reid's on some with the NFC East. We can talk about all these like mediocre teams like the Giants and the Jags, not even mediocre teams, probably bad teams getting good schedules. It won't matter because they're the Giants and the Jags. The team who in my opinion really benefits from the schedule is the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. Their toughest opponent in the first 5 weeks is the Arizona Cardinals, who, by the way, the Cardinals have a really rough schedule too. They could almost be out of it by week 5. They start with the Chiefs and also have to go on the road against the Raiders in week 3, I believe it is, or week 2. Regardless, this Eagles schedule sets them up for domination here in the AFC East, in my opinion. I like their schedule better than the Cowboys. Their toughest 3-game schedule is going on the road against the Colts, but then home games against the Packers and Titans. We're not actually sure on the Titans if they're still going to be starting Ryan Tannehill at that point. So getting the Packers at home is a big deal as well, rather than having to go to Lambeau. That's it, though. That's their toughest schedule. They bounce back after that with games against the Giants and Bears. So this Eagles schedule, I'm telling you, in terms of teams that are actually going to be good next year, I would take a look at it. I think the Eagles get a big bump just based on their schedule.